Setting up invites in Google Calendar is a perfect way to keep track of who will be coming to your event or meeting and who will not. So we're going to start by setting up a new event here. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to say that we are having a team meeting, and I'm going to edit that event. So it's going to take me into the details view. This is an after school meeting, so we're going to set this for 3:30, and it's going to take a little longer. It's going to be until 5 o'clock. So now we've got this set up. I've got a notification set up for 30 minutes prior to the event. I can add a description, Jeff's room, and I can also add a description about what's going to happen. Again, and here I can also change my calendar. So talk about upcoming events. All right. So now over here in this corner, what we have is we have an add guest. Now this is where it gets really powerful, because I can go in and I can start adding student number 5. So these are just some test accounts that I have, and notice it starts taking and putting these into a list here. So I'm going to put student number 2 here, and watch this. Here's what's really cool. Remember when we created a contact group back in Gmail? So watch this. If I type in Jeff's class, it actually pulls the contact group list. So if I click that, what it does is it puts all of those individuals in that were part of that contact group. So using that contact groups with Google Calendar is a very powerful way of again, simplifying the process. So now that I have my guest, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on Save here. And clicking on Save is going to ask me, do you want to send an invite to these individuals? Now, I'm going to step back one step here, and I'm going to send a personal invite to myself here, my personal account here. So now that I've got that in there, I can show you what this looks like once somebody agrees to come. So I'm going to click on Save. I'm going to say, well, first off, I'm outside of my organization. I'm going to invite external guests because I want to invite myself here. And we'll click Invite, send those invitations, and now those have been sent off. Notice that it tells me that I've added this meeting, this is when it is, and now I'm going to jump out real quick and agree to attend that meeting and show you what that looks like. So I went ahead and agreed to that meeting in my email. This comes in as an invitation in my email. So now what I want to do is I want to come back to this event here, go to my details, and notice that now it's showing that I've agreed to attend this meeting. So it says here, yes to 2, maybes we have 0 right now, no's we have 0, and now we're awaiting these folks. So because I've agreed to that, it's telling me, or it's actually keeping a running total of who's going and who's not. Now, the other thing that I can do is I can come back here to email guest, and notice what it does. It says I can email everybody, all the yeses, or those awaiting response. So if I haven't heard something from them yet, I am still waiting to hear from you, oh goodness gracious, to hear from you. And I can send that off, and it's going to send only to those folks that I am waiting to get a response from. So notice that I can also, when I invite guests down here, I can allow them to modify this event. So if we're a collaborative group and I'm just the one tasked with creating a calendar, I can give them the opportunity, the option to do that. Now just to show you how this looks in my calendar event. Now remember that I included my Jeff's personal account in here. So if I go back to March, you notice that it's showing up here as a team meeting for me as well on my personal account. So because I have those two accounts, that's what it's looking like. But taking and setting up your invitations within your Gmail, again using your contact groups, is a powerful way of keeping track of who's saying they're coming and who's not, sending additional information out to those folks once you've created that event in your calendar.